that'll work.
Hi, everybody. Hi. How we doing? I'm Carrie. Bob said 3/4 of what I was going to say already, except for this part, so I'm going to concentrate on this part. And I wanted to say again about the women's health study. Thank you for mentioning that. We do have, thank you, Charles. We have posters over there. We have extra copies. If you're interested in coming and you can take some posters and post them around in your neighborhood, we would super appreciate that. And we also have a mailing list going for the women's health study over there, separate than what's going on there at the door. And I wanted to re-emphasize about that mailing list too. If you, a lot of you, most of you in here have been getting emails from Bob, you will still get those, but you need to please also sign up for our new mailing list over there. Do both, please. So there's the Women's Health Study one with Charles over there. There's the new work group. Okay, so this group is going to evolve tonight. You ready? We have 7 work groups picked out. Actually, we had like 12, but I made Bob in charge of 3 of them and mashed them into 2, and I'm in charge of 2 of them, and I'll be delegating that almost immediately. But we settled on 7 very important things we need to work on as a group. Now, a lot of this came out of, we've had several meetings before, and a lot of you were there, and you guys had really, really good feedback from those meetings. So we took that feedback and kind of decided what we were going to do about groups from there. So I'll introduce my groups first. And so what we'd like you to do for sure is, like I said, sign up on our mailing list. If you know which groups you'd like to be a part of, please check that list, and we'll make sure you get onto that particular mailing list. There will be an overall mailing list for everybody, but then there may be a boatload of health and safety information one day that doesn't go out to the whole group, but it's for that working group to work on. So that's the point of the committees. My committee that I'm going to start with your help is the media committee. Okay, and that is pretty all-encompassing. That is going to be signs, posters, flyers, any press releases we do, social media. We have YouTube channels, we have Facebook pages, we have Yahoo groups, we have emails. Media is huge. So if anybody has any interest or talent in media, please see me, sign up on the list, and check the media box. Also, you can sign up for multiple committees. You can sign up for all of them if you like. You know, choose your battles, I say. But anybody interested in media, please see me. You'll probably, hopefully, the people in charge of the groups will be able to get an email out this week, and we'll start forming actual work groups and have dates. The other committee that I'm going to be in charge of for a little while is health and safety. Probably because I do that Wednesday meeting thing. That's why they picked me. So, please, if you have any interest, male or female, if you have interest in health and safety, if you have read the Legator report or don't know what that is and want to, sign up for the health and safety list. Bob, you want to do your list? Or should I do you last because you're still talking? Yeah. Okay, we'll do you last. Another committee is fundraising. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And if you want to be on the fundraising committee, please sign up on the list over there. Suzanne, do you want to come up and talk? Suzanne is going to be in charge of the research committee, and so she's going to explain to you more what that is about.
Thank you.
Hello?
So one of the things we're trying to do is get some information from PGV about what's actually been coming out of the plant. And we're in the process of getting that. I'm talking with PGV, and they're trying to get permission from Ormat to give us that information. But they have said publicly that they will give us the information. So there's going to be a lot of data available, hopefully. We really need to take a look at that closely. And right now, we have access to a web page on the PGV website. And that gives us like a snapshot of the tests that they've been doing in the last 5 minutes on 3 monitoring stations on the outskirts of their plant. We don't have any historical information from that. All we can do is see on those 3 monitoring stations what is the hydrogen sulfide measurement for the last 5 minutes, and what is the noise level measurement. I got particularly interested in this because living just a mile and a half away from the station, and then when they were drilling, it got really loud. So I started complaining, and I was told, oh yes, we do, we publish it. So I could go on the website and actually see how bad it was. But getting historical information or what's been happening half an hour ago has really not been forthcoming. So hopefully we'll be getting some data pretty soon, and that'll be quite a lot of data. I need some help with it, so if there's anybody who can work well with numbers, plotting things up, actually taking a look at it, I'd really appreciate some help. That's just a first step. We've got a lot more other things that we need to be looking into. Really getting some good, firm information about what's been going on. So I think the lists for the sign-up for the groups, I'm not sure if they're actually available right now over there. The printed lists.
Oh, I have, if we need.
Oh, you do?
I thought Paul was making. You have lists. I have lists. I have lists. Are you kidding me?
Carrie's got lists.
40 pounds of listing.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you.
But I hold out on you. Sorry.
Okay, so anybody who's interested in working with us to work on some of this and got any ideas about other things that they'd like to be working on, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Suzanne.
I guess list is on media, isn't it? It was a piece of paper. Okay. And then right after we do a bunch of research, we're going to generate what? A boatload of paper and links and whatnot. So we'll need an archive committee. And Kaika is going to be in charge of that. She will tell you more about it.
Good evening, everybody. So I'm Kaika. You may know me. I'm with Dragon's Eye Learning Center and also the Hawaii Farmers Union. So I found out several months ago that there were plans that some of the people next door to me had been signing lease agreements to allow geothermal exploration and development of plants. And well, like everybody, I've already had my hands in so many projects. My life kind of exploded, and I just had to back out of a lot of commitments. And then this happened. Okay, so here we jump into another commitment. But I turned a new leaf over. I decided I was going to take my son to the ocean. I don't do this. I've taken friends. We're going to go sailing at the sailing club. I'm going to not focus on all the business and all of the committees. And I get to the ocean. Who do I meet? A man who spent his life battling geothermal 20 years ago. And he says to me, I said, don't I know you? And I said, is it from the county testimony? He says, yes. And he takes me over to his pickup truck, and he opens up the door, and there are boxes of papers and reports. And he starts telling me this whole history, and I end up, of course, 2 days spent with him, and I have all the boxes of amazing amount of things. So here I am back in the thick of it. And I'm looking at it, I came to understand geothermal because I had to. I had to start asking questions. I didn't want to just make a position. My gut said, no, it's not going to be right for us. But you got to be impartial to some extent. You got to dig in there and get the facts. So it's important. I want to spend some time. We got a couple of people helping us. We're going to be scanning documents and making and putting them digitalized so that we can put them online so you all can go there and say, well, what? Bob talked about this health study. I read one. It was made by a company that was a pro-geothermal company. They came here to evaluate, and the cover letter said, well, geez, this is unusual for us because most geothermals aren't around a population. This is crazy. So they said, this is kind of out of our realm. We don't even know how to look at people living near it. That's just not done around the world. So that was pretty telling to me, and it's something like that we're going to need. I heard you talk about the letters from Billy Kanoy. Yeah, so that's where we're up to. With the help, if you have any time and energy to put through it, It's do some research, and if you find a gem, pass it on to our group, and we'll look at it and try to figure, we'll put it in the right place in all the literature so everybody can go and take a look at it. So again, it's going to be really important to sign up at the end of the night if you're inspired to join one of the committees, because we need all the help we can get. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess we could. How about it?
Okay, so Saturday, I think we had agreed on 12 to 3 meeting at our farm. We'll have several boxes to start with, and we're going to go through and hopefully piece together a history that we can look at, and then other folks who've been involved for years, like Bob, can comment and put story to all these pieces of the puzzle. So anybody who's interested, like I said, definitely put your name down, and our directions to our farm are on our website. It's dragonseyeCenter.org. It's DRAGONSEYE Center, CERTER. Oh, well, you got it. Okay, so hope to see you there.
There's a question. Athena wants to know if she can, she doesn't want to sign up for the committee, but she wants to contact, if she has a lot of information from before.
We can just talk. I'll give you my business card, and you can, I'll give you my business card. You can give me a call, and we'll talk. Because I spent the day with John. I just went with him to Office Max. I spent a couple of days with him, going through his stuff, helping him copy Xerox, bring it back home for him. We can, whatever you're comfortable with, figure out how to get the information out. Thank you. Yeah, I'll get that for you right now. Thanks, Athena. Good excuse to get to know you.
That's a good point, Athena. Thanks for bringing that up. It may be that you don't have physical time to get out and do, but you can still contribute to these committees. A lot of research can be done on the internet. A lot of what Kaika needs to do, I don't even know if she realizes how many hours of scanning she has in front of her. It's an ominous task. So many hands on deck would really, really be helpful. And like I said, if you can only contribute a little bit, or you can only do email stubs or forward links or that kind of thing, please sign up. If you signed up for the mailing list before, but you didn't pick a committee, please go back over there and pick a committee. This is kind of the crux of the biscuit, as Frank Zappa used to say. I also want to say, before I bring Bob up, and he goes blah, 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 I checked out, I'm a registrar today until like 8 o'clock in the morning. So we have voter registration materials here. They are over there with Charles and Jean. See that big blue box? I got to lock it up and drop it off in the morning. If you need to change your address, if you need to register to vote, we can take care of that here. We do need to make a photocopy, which we can do, of your driver's license or proof of residency, but we can take care of that. If you didn't bring it with you, please take a form with you, fill it out, and mail it in. But see Charles, if you want to register to vote. And then, I think we're down to you, Bob.
Sure.
Bob doesn't even know what he's in charge of yet, but I'm going to tell him. Oh, wait, yes?
Can you just let women know, even though they're not having health symptoms, that they'll fill out a form?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We're, for that women's health group meeting on Wednesday nights, we're inviting all women. Whether or not you feel any symptoms or effects, whether you moved in 2 days ago or 37 years ago, if you are a woman and you're interested in a health, group. We're forming into this super awesome little support group. We get together every week. We had amazing poo-poos this week. Brittany came and hung out until closing. I mean, she and I locked the door, I think, behind us. It's a really good group. And even if you're just interested in the information, sign up for our mailing list, and we'll try and get, all of this health and safety stuff organized and out. And if you are not a woman, but you're interested in health and safety, sign up for the health and safety over there. All right, Bob, you're in charge of politics. Shock and surprise, right? And what was your other one? Alternative energy. Those are two separate things. Don't mash them together.
Thank you, Carrie.